soul again. I've been running with the devil, and I know that he's not my friend.
Music has been in my life as long as I can remember. My mother and father were musicians, so I pretty much was born into it, and born with a love for it. My father left me when I was 8 years old. I had my children and I had a family, and I had to wait for the kids to grow up. I wasn't going to do what my father did to me. At one point I was living like a homeless lifestyle. There were some people from Sweden that wanted to meet me because I was a street singer. I played her the song that I had just written called Going Down to the River, and they immediately fell in love with the song. And would it be okay with you if we recorded that song? And I was like, you're kidding me. They brought it back to Sweden and put it in their television show. And the song went up to #1 on the iTunes, the Swedish iTunes. If you really want to keep it, I was just still in shock. Just gotta give it away. Shoot, I can't believe this. If you really want to help somebody, get on your knees and pray. I kind of felt like my addictions were pretty much just eventually going to kill me. I knew I needed God's help, and so I said a long, deep prayer one evening. And I woke up the next day, and I knew immediately that I was done with all my addiction problems. I know it was God that took me out of that, out of those bad habits. I pretty much grew up with a Christian background, and I feel like I've always had God in my life, even through times of addictions. You know, I felt like God was rewarding me by giving me an opportunity to share my music at that point. I had direction. I had new direction. I write songs to try to give people to something to think about, the fact that we need hope and faith in order to sometimes deal with our bad habits.
While you're laying there in jail,
I was doing a concert one night and a woman walked up to me. My husband is an alcoholic, and you just don't know how much it would mean to me if you could just write something for him to read, you know, some words of inspiration or something. And I did, and I put my arms around her, hugged her. She walked away from me crying that way, and I walked away from her crying this way, you know, but I was crying with tears of joy because it was that night that the light bulb went off my head, and I realized what I was doing and why I was doing it. I wasn't here for money and fame. I was here to help him deliver me.
down on his hands and knees, thanks God that you're all right.
I had a guy walk up to me one day. I was playing my guitar out on the street in downtown Stockholm. He said, I just want to thank you. I just got out of prison and I heard your song going down to the river in prison. I've been sober now for 3 months. And he says, I just wanted to thank you, Doug. And I put my guitar down and I jumped up and I put my arms around him. And I prayed for him, you know. Because when he walked away, I knew that was God's way of talking to me and let me know that I was on the right track, you know. If I can't help you in any way at all, isn't that what God wants us all to do?
4, 1, 2.
Yeah, more so than I could ever expect. My dreams came true. Yeah, absolutely.
Start again, sing under that light.